And we are back with an end of the road edition of the Doing All Right podcast. I ain't watching no more,
Yeah, you don't.
Brian. You know what I'm saying? I ended up with 207 players. You probably in the 217, 220 range.
Yeah, about that.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, chat. That's it.
That's all we can do.
That's all we can do, man. If anybody else emerges as a seventh rounder or undrafted free agent, and we ain't talking about, man, good for them. Good for them. We'll eventually talk about them at some point. Just kind of let y'all know as well, if the Cowboys draft somebody, or whoever the Cowboys draft, whoever they sign an undrafted free agency, we'll then double back on this show and talk about them then. So if we didn't give you pre-draft coverage, we'll definitely get them afterwards. If you're a Dolphins fan and we didn't talk about your seventh round pick, sorry.
Well, hopefully get back. Maybe we talked about it in one of these shows. I'll tell you this though, as we finish this thing up,
Yeah.
as far as the evaluation aspect of it, I was pleasantly surprised of the quality of player that we were able to get in the last, say, 2 weeks.
A lot of dudes at the bottom of day 3 that we like.
Yeah, that when it turns into Kyle Yeoman's asking us on a Saturday, well, who's the best guy on your board? Yeah. I think we can come with some players that could actually, and I know I asked this question to you, I kind of feel like when you get to the 6th round, I'm really not counting on you.
Yeah.
But there's some 5th rounders on my board that I would like when a team takes, I am not going to let Kyle Yeomans go, well, here's the last 10 picks and just run through them. We need to talk about some of these guys, whether you're a Cowboy fan or not. Yeah. But there was some quality. I think you did a really nice job of putting together the right list of guys. I never felt like watching a guy that I was like, this is not. Why?
And if I did, we watched them early.
Yeah, you watched them early enough.
That's PFF's fault.
I think this draft's got some quality through it. I really do. When you start to talk about, now will these teams be able to pick them? Especially if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, will your team be able to pick them? Because that tends to be a problem at times.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, we'll see how the draft goes. All these guys ain't gonna go where we think they go.
No, not at all.
Character stuff may happen. Any other thing could happen. Hey, it'll be
Can I give you a mock draft I got from a guy in the league?
Somebody in Illuminati sent you a mock draft. Bro.
Yeah,
please.
Somebody sent me a mock draft, and they did it not entirely. They did the top 10 picks, top 10 picks. And this is how they ran it, and I want you to, if you could, comment off this, if you would. Okay, just going down the names. Mendoza. This is no trade backs, no nothing. Mendoza, Reese, Bailey, Bain, Malinois, Fano, Tate, Tyson, Delane.
Fano went before Malinois.
Malinois went to the Giants. Fano went to Cleveland at 6.
Fano went right after Malinois. Okay.
Love went to the Commanders at 7.
You had 2 wide receivers.
Tate and Tyson went back to back.
Delane went
to Cincinnati at 10.
So Downs and
Styles
gets you at 12?
That's the guy that's not a Cowboys guy sent me this one.
I was corresponding with one of my Giants friends today.
Yeah.
He's worried about Styles too.
Yeah.
I think we're talking about Styles in different contexts as well. Like we're talking about if he makes it to 12, what would a trade up situation is like. Him from a Giants point of view at 5th overall, he's like, hey man, I don't know if 5th overall makes sense for Styles.
Is your Giants friend an evaluator guy? Like is he like us? He's an evaluator guy. He's watching the same tape that we're trying.
He's watched 60 receivers, and I didn't know it was 60 of them. Yeah. But in Giants land, wide receiver is important.
Yeah, I was on Giants.com. I think this is coming out Monday. They were asking me about receivers.
Wide receiver is important to them. Linebacker is important to them. And
offensive linemen are important,
offensive line. And he was just corresponding with me as he was kind of going through his linebackers, whatever. You know what I mean? He was just like, man, I don't know. I don't know. He called it Isaiah Simmons PTSD. Is what he called it. Like great athlete, but the linebacker stuff is missing.
Like, played it for 2 years, right?
Yeah, he was a safety. He was a safety. For a little bit. Measurables off the charts. And look, I would love to have the player.
Yeah.
it's giving up the resources to go get him that makes it kind of weird for me. He's been a 2 on my board.
Sure.
He's been a 2 on my board.
Yeah.
And if I think I think he'll be a fine player with the Cowboys. I think he'll be a good player with the Cowboys.
Right.
I don't quite think he's Fred Warner.
Yeah.
I'm only saying Fred Warner because that's what people are saying that he projects to be.
Well, there's people in the league that are saying, and Bobby Belt brought this up the other day on 105.3 The Fan. He said there were people comparing him a little bit to Jamin Davis, who the Commanders took.
That's scary.
Like from Kentucky. Remember him?
Yeah, Jamin Davis went 22 or something.
Yeah.
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 Kentucky.
There were some comparisons to him. Bobby Belt was running through, like, there's guys, I guarantee it, because I've sat in those rooms.
Yeah.
I've sat in those rooms, and there will be guys that maybe 2-3 scouts will have a first round grade, and there'll be 2 scouts that have a couple of 2s. And now this is where the debate starts to happen with the guys that have. And listen, in a normal year where you have Sonny Styles, where I have Sonny Styles, if you're talking about 18 to 22 first round grades, Sonny Styles is a first round grade.
Yeah.
But in this day and age, he's not. He's not, because you have 13 first round grades. So, I mean, the question is, well, why didn't you have him in?
Brian, let me run through this for you a little bit. 2021 draft.
Yeah.
I love to do this exercise.
Sure.
It's fun. 3 quarterbacks went.
Right.
So that just kind of gives you the feel for the class and guys getting bumped down or whatever, right? In this order, Kyle Pitts, we know how we felt about Kyle Pitts
Right.
coming out of college. Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Sewell, Horn, Surtain, Devontae Smith, a 4th quarterback, and Justin Fields went at 11. Parsons went 12. Rashawn Slater went 13.
Yeah.
Do you take Styles over any of those guys? If you're a quarterback needy team drafting a quarterback, you're not going to take Styles, right?
Right. Can you eliminate the quarterback teams? Eliminate the quarterbacks and just tell me the other players.
So Kyle Pitts at 4.
Okay. I loved Kyle Pitts.
You love Kyle Pitts.
I loved Kyle Pitts.
Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle. Maybe you can think.
I was thinking about Waddle would be close.
But that's the Dolphins kind of over.
Right.
Sewell.
Penei Sewell with no chance.
Horn, no chance. Surtain, no chance.
chance.
In my opinion, Devontae Smith, no chance.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, Micah Parsons. That could get a little weird.
That could get a little weird because what you were thinking about the off-ball linebacker. You weren't thinking about even the scouts that, Justin Stuckey, the scout who went into Penn State for the Cowboys.
Sure.
I've asked Justin Stuckey this before on air about it, and he's like, man, no.
But what's funny is you would be grading them both on the same thing.
Yeah.
Size and athleticism.
That's right.
And Micah's much more athletic than Sonny is.
Sure.
Also, I can make the argument I think Micah was a better linebacker than Sonny. Going forward, I didn't think Micah was going to be a great pass rusher.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was Von Miller. I thought he was a blitzing linebacker. I thought he was the best athlete on the field. I think that's different than what I think about Sonny right now, but just moving on. Slater, no chance.
Yeah.
So we get to 14 overall, and it's Elijah Vera Tucker.
Yeah.
Mac Jones goes 15, Zaven Collins goes 16. Now you got names like Leatherwood at 17.
Yeah.
But Jalen Phillips went 18. You know what I'm saying? Jamin Davis, like you mentioned, went 19. If Sonny Styles was in this draft, Brian, he'll be around 14 to 17 somewhere.
Exactly. He'll right there where Leatherwood was picked, I think, by the Raiders at 17.
Well, they just suck at draft.
Well, that's
They just suck at draft.
They
should have took like Greg Newsome or something, man.
Yeah.
And, Stokes or something.
Yeah.
And but I think that's my point here. Like, yeah, Styles would be a good player in this draft, but we're talking about trading up to 6.
Yeah.
Or the Giants taking them at 5. And I don't mean, look, the Cowboys might take Styles next week and we look at these damn videos that we put out and we go, damn, y'all just kind of shit on Styles. But no, if the Cowboys was drafting at 17 in this 2021 draft, that's a great pick.
Yeah.
That's a great pick. I just want people to understand what I mean when I say what a second round grade is. Leatherwood went first round.
Yeah.
I had a 3rd on Leatherwood.
Sure.
But I did have a 2 on Zaven Collins though.
Right.
For example.
Right.
He went 16 in the first round. I may have only had 14 first round grades.
Yeah, see that's where I think people, if again when they start doing their own stack, if you go on like with the opportunity at Crown Global Media, you have the ability to go on there and take your players if you've evaluated and rank them, and kind of see where you're at.
Yeah.
See where you're at. And again, I always encourage people, don't window dress your board. Sean Sharif did make an excellent point. I think you talked about it yesterday about if Dane Brugler just put out rankings, would people follow along just blindly that way? I think that's an excellent point because I think that happens.
We'll figure it out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
We'll get there when we get there.
But you're okay. You're okay with that particular mock draft.
If you get to pick between Downs and Styles, I think you're doing backflips.
Yeah,
I'm taking Downs. I'm doing backflips.
I'm taking, and people say you and I agree way too much, but I will admit I agree with you on Downs.
Downs is my second best player on my board. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. So, shouts out to that person in the league. You know, what I mean? I do think all this Sonny going super high stuff has probably been smoked. I think it's been smoked this whole time. He had a really good combine.
Yeah,
Thieneman had a really good combine. I think both of them being bumped up to this.
Yeah,
I thought it was a bit much.
See, and like I say on Trusted Tape, when I do it with Jeff Kavanaugh, Jeff has always been on the Sonny Styles train.
Shouts out to Jeff.
No, seriously, he has been like how Wolchuk likes Rodriguez. Yeah. Jeff has been on the Sonny Styles train. So yeah, I mean, hey, it's if you do the tape, man, listen, I'll fight you. I'll fight you what I think, but if you're doing the work, man.
Right. I'm sick of fighting. That's my point. We are 6 days away from the draft. That's my point. You know what I mean? Whatever happens is gonna happen at this point.
Yeah, no, I think
I got my fighting out the way.
I think that the people love the draft so much, and I appreciate that. But I think some people are getting like some of the conversations are like, why would you have that conversation?
Yeah.
Why would you have that? I can see where people get a little tired of that.
Well, that's why we come in here and we break down 200 players individually.
I'm saying like, no, I don't know anybody else that's talking about 4th, 5th round guys right now.
Hey, they not, but we gonna keep on.
We'll keep on.
We're gonna keep on keeping on. Here's my list. Here we go.
Yep.
We got 5 more, Brian.
Yep.
Last 5.
There you go.
Last 5. Brian, man, let me pull my board up. Let me see where we at with this. Let me pull my board up so I can be proper with this. You know what I'm saying? I can't find them. I got to hit refresh on this thing. Damn. Okay, so these are the players that we watched last night. Tyler Onyedim, tackle from A&M. Hezekiah Masses, corner from Cal. Lander Barton, linebacker from Utah. Nick Barrett, defense tackle from South Carolina. And Jordan Hudson, who's a Cowboy 30th. That's why he's on this list.
Yeah.
Wide receiver from SMU. Brian, what's your grades roughly for this group of guys?
Okay, our A&M tackle I have in the 3rd round.
He's nice, Brian. He's nice.
He is a really nice player. And then we start to get with the other ones. Hudson I have in the 5th. Barnett, I have in the 5th. And then Barton I have as an other. And Masses I have in the 5th.
Okay.
As well.
We're on the same page on everybody. I think I'm around behind you on Onyedim from A&M.
So you're 4 there?
I got a 4 on him, yeah.
Okay.
Everybody else is 5 and extra.
Right.
Brian, watching Tyler Onyedim. Shouts out to Jonah Toes. This another guy that he kind of put in my ear. And look, man, sometimes you gotta trust your people more than you trust PFF. You know?
Yeah, no question.
So, I got him as either a big 10 or a big end or a 3-tech.
Yeah,
he's going to be either one of those guys. I thought he was a nice combination of skills, Brian, because if you need him to 2-gap and be run-stoppy guy, boy, Brian, he extends on them dudes. He punch on them dudes. He got a great base. Good anchor, don't really get pushed around in there, Brian. You know what I'm saying? So fantastic in the run game, good effort in the run game. If the run game's going sideways, he has enough effort, and I think has enough athleticism to run sideways. What's his weight? 292? He plays bigger than that, Brian.
Plays much bigger than that.
Big. I don't know what it is about some of these dudes that's in this 290 range, but they play strong as hell. But he's one of them dudes that like play strong as hell, Brian. But also, too, when A&M asks him to kind of get upfield a little bit and rush, he has the ability to do that, Brian. Got a nice little swim, a nice little upfield pressure and presence about himself. I thought that was real nice to see. You could see the burst and the effort from him, Brian. I didn't think that he had a large array of moves. He was really winning off being better than you, and he did have that reactive swim that he does. but he was able to do it, Brian. The one thing that I kind of dinged him on a little bit is flipping the switch between I'm stopping the run and I'm rushing the passer.
Right.
Sometimes in the run game, you'll see him kind of run upfield like he rushing the passer a little bit. Sometimes in the pass game, you'll see him coming off and extended and it's a pass. And then I kind of get upfield and rush a little bit, right? If you can work on that trigger and just IDing what's happening, quicker, I don't think he has no problem when it's a run play. I'm good versus the run. If it's a pass play, I can stand in there as a B gap rusher for you in the pass or whatever. Brian, you ain't wrong, man. Having him as a third round guy, I'm a bit of a coward, you know what I'm saying? Because I just don't know how to stack these guys between third and fourth round.
Yeah.
Not even a coward for it. It's just that they're all kind of in there. Chris McClellan from Missouri.
That's where it started for me.
Benny, like they're in that same range to me.
That's where they started for me.
And I think he's done it versus better competition than like Landon Robinson. So I got him over Landon Robinson in that way.
Yeah.
Plus the size is, and the length is gonna, is gonna make more sense there.
But you had Proctor from Southeastern Louisiana better, right?
I got a 4 on Proctor. I think he's better than Proctor because I think he did it versus competition more.
There's your competition
versus much more. So I think it makes sense for me to put him in the third because he fits in more with my 3 guys than my 4 guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
I'm with you. I thought you nailed this guy pretty well. I have him over McClellan. I have him over Proctor, Durant, Robinson, guys like that. I'll say this about this particular player. He transferred from Iowa State and he made an immediate impact with at Texas A&M. I think he's a really good athlete for 292 pounds. I think he's got explosive first step. I think you watch him, you can watch Notre Dame, Texas, Auburn. I mean, he's winning, like attacking gap, arm over, quick movement. He's kind of got that ability, a little bit of that lateral move to be able to like guys he gets around them and then he's in the gap up the field. I think he's a really good tackler when all of a sudden the ball is trying to get to the outside and he wins in this gap and then he's up the field. It's close and he makes tackles right there. And I like the fact that he could play as that 3 technique. I think in an odd man front, you mentioned it earlier, Voch, I think he could play as an edge. So you could do some things, but his ability to penetrate, to finish, I think is really impressive. I think you get some pass rush from this guy because I do see like some counter moves, some spin moves, but man, you'll see like and it was the Texas game I'm watching and Manning goes back and then tries to go forward and our guy's up the field and then he's back on top of Manning as Manning's trying to throw the ball. So you see upfield and then back to the ball. I really like this kid a lot. I did. I put him in the 3rd round there. I think he's going to help somebody either as a 3 technique or he can, like I say, he could play as a defensive end, play that 4-eye or play a 5 if you have to.
Yeah. What you think about Hezekiah Masses? I was impressed with him. You know what I'm saying?
I was too.
He's another player that I thought could play. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I did, and I'm with you on this one. And I was impressed with the ball skills.
Yeah.
Is where because you could watch him, how he's around the ball. He's constantly around the ball, and we watched Marshall yesterday. And how he plays with awareness, and from North Carolina State, and I'm like, God dang, late here in the process, we're finding corners that can play, but he's got that ball hawking mentality when you watch him play. He's one of these guys that like North Carolina, Duke, Minnesota, those games you're watching, he can mirror, he can match guys. You don't see a lot of separation in the way he plays. He's disruptive. Like when they try and run the slants on him, he can disrupt the timing of the route. You see him. He's not playing through the guy. He's playing around the guy. He's got the length to be able. He's super competitive. I say that, when I talked about the mirror, the shadow, he's one of these guys that when you watch the ball in his direction, he finds a way to get his hands on it. And I think he's got the speed to carry vertical routes down the field. I think he drives on throws that are underneath when he plays in zone coverage. I think he takes the right angles when he's going, whether it's knocking the ball down or getting in on a tackle. You'll see some reaction when it's a screen out to his side. He's coming forward. This guy's 179 pounds, though. He's 6'1". And so you're getting a little bit of I wouldn't say he looks 179 pounds on tape, but that's what he's measured right now. But I really like this guy a lot when it came to him being around the ball and him playing through the receiver or playing around the receiver in order to knock balls down. We talked about our guy again from North Carolina State. His ability to kind of the play is still going to the ground and he's fighting to knock the ball loose. I think Masses is the same way. I think his ability to create turnovers. There's times you see catches in him punching at the football and being able to knock it onto the ground. So I do like him. I have him. I do have him in that group of guys where, like with Marshall. Yeah. I have him with Marshall. I have him ahead of Davis.
Muhammad in now?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I have Muhammad a little higher than you do. Okay. I have Muhammad in the third. Okay. I think you have Muhammad in the fourth. Okay. But I've got him more in the fifth.
With Dixon and Price out?
Right. I've got him ahead of those guys, and I also have him ahead of Demings from Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, Brian. Got some long-looking arms, don't he?
He does. It's and I wouldn't say it funny, Bill, because he I don't think he looks 179 pounds.
He's slimmer, but he looks bigger.
He looks bigger than, and like I say, there were games where arms were exposed and there was some definition to it. I'm like, how's this guy 179 pounds? He looks much bigger than that.
He'll go up there and press on those guys.
He will.
Play zone as well.
Yeah.
Thought he had some good patience. He could ID routes really well. He plays the ball really well. Like he get picks and he gets pass deflection. So I may have to put him over Marshall on ball skills alone.
Yeah.
Because they both go after the ball like in a pass deflection kind of way, but Masses finds the football.
Yeah.
And I thought that was impressive on him. I did think he could get a little grabby, just a little grabby. But hey, man, I don't mind grabby because I think the league lets you do it. I think Marshall tackled better than Masses does.
Right.
Masses kind of
throws in there,
kind of Olay a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But as a cover guy, man, Brian, like how do we keep finding like this? Corner and receiver. Corner and receiver in this class, like I know we can make criticisms about the top of the board, and and I think that's what most people are going to talk about. But corner, pass rush, safety, wide receivers, not O-line this year. Man, I think it's so many players you can find in round 3, 4, and 5 that can like play real snaps for. Like if you want to get lucky and get another Deron Bland type guy, it'll be one of these dudes here.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is why I don't want to give those picks up.
No.
Cowboys got 3 picks in the 5th, 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 3rd. I think you can find some dudes with those.
I don't want to put you on the spot here, but can you look in your 3rd round, or excuse me, your 5th round,
okay,
and find me 3 players. It doesn't matter position. Just find me 3 guys. You're really good at playing this game.
Grayson Halden, Hezekiah Masses, Jalen Kilgore.
Yeah,
I can give you 3.
Yeah.
I'll give you 3 more at different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they wanna take a shot at Murdoch, if they value one tech like in that way, take Capehart from Clemson if you want to, and let him kind of grow into your system or whatever. If you want to take a late running back or something and take freaking Seth McGowan, Robert Henry, Katron Allen, Moss.
Yeah.
It's plenty names.
I like Moss a lot. I think you got him right too.
It's plenty names down in here, Brian. VJ Payne I liked a lot.
Yeah, I did too.
VJ Payne I liked him a lot. If you wanna turn Demings into your next Flo or whatever, like we took a late flyer on Flo. The competition wasn't great with him neither. I forgot what damn school he went to, but Demings is that same kind of guy. Great film.
Southeast Missouri.
Something like that. Yeah. Demings is a guy, wasn't against great competition, but he was walking on water versus those guys.
Yeah.
And if you get him in the 6, put him with Corleone and put him with Grayson Halton or something, you know, or Regis, or like either one of these guys. Like, pick a guy. If you want to go Sap in the 7th round, I'll take Sap in the 7th round and figure out what happens. There's a ton of guys down here, Brian.
Yeah.
Let me pull my list up, see where we at. But I like Masses a bunch. I think Masses can come in and play some ball for you. Let's talk about Jordan Hudson.
Okay.
Talk about Jordan Hudson, and I'll let you lead the next tackle off.
Yeah.
So Jordan Hudson,
wide receiver,
SMU.
SMU.
Brian.
Yeah.
Off the rip. He got no help from his scheme or his quarterback.
It's I tell you what, you mentioned Dallas taking taking a 30 on him right here, and I'll say this though, this guy was a transfer from TCU. Okay. So he's had really steady production while he's been at SMU, and it shows up on tape. I think he's kind of built at 6'1", 191 pounds. I think that, to me, there's some athletic ability with this guy.
Yeah.
And I think there needs to be a little bit more, like, some technique work with him, kind of some separation stuff. You're right about that. A lot of screens and things like that, a lot of underneath stuff. But I think, though, he's one of these guys, when you do throw him the ball, and I know you love a guy that has some yak to him. This guy can find ways to get extra yards for you. And that's why I think they throw him these screens and stuff like that. I think he's a competitive finisher. I think he's one of these guys that, you know, when you watch the Miami game, dude had 11 catches in the Miami game. Yeah, there was some short, some underneath stuff and all that. But, man, I thought the tracking, I thought the way that he was kind of like he's able to gain position in route. He could get the jump ball, he could get the fade, he's got the body control to make some adjustments while in the air. I think he's elusive in some ways with the ball in his hands. Maybe not the quickest guy, but man, he's one of these guys that when you watch him play, the size, the ability to catch in his hands, and then the ability to run after catch, I think is super impressive. But I mentioned that too. The Miami game was, that's big time competition right there. That's one of the teams that was in the national championship game this year, as we all know. But I think they're going to need for him to I think he's got the ability to run more of a route tree. I just don't think at SMU they have a big route tree for him that way. So I'm kind of like a wait and see guy on that. But I do like the size. I do like his ability to go get the football, and I do like the run after catch. I got him in the 5th round myself. I've kind of got him in there with that group of Lane, McAllister, Virgil. Those are the kind of guys I'd have him with.
Yeah, for sure. I thought when he did get downfield a little bit, I thought he was a decent route runner as well, Brian. You just didn't see it a whole bunch.
Didn't see it a whole lot.
They was throwing bubbles and screens and hitches at him, and then they would ask him to be yak guy. It was unreasonable the amount of them asking him to be yak guy. Even they'll send him in motion or something and just kind of throw the ball, just toss it at him and just let him go and do that. But I did think that he was able to get some extra yards. He didn't run wide open like some of these other guys. He had to earn everything that he had, and offense just really didn't put him in those positions there. So he naturally has to fall down the board for obvious reasons. But I did think that if the team did a better job of getting him moving and open space, he probably would have made a bunch of more dudes miss. They just didn't use him in that way. I'm unsure about his speed. I saw him run past a guy a couple times, but I didn't think of him as a super bursty guy. I thought he was a guy that was fast enough. But I didn't think that he was super.
He'll run through people though. The toughness he shows running with ball in hand, I think, is really good for this guy.
I like that a lot. And the Cowboys have him as a 30. I'm interested to see what that looks like. But if he's a guy that you want to take with one of your 5s, I don't hate taking him with one of the 5. Sure. I prefer to use as many of these picks on defense as you possibly can. But if they want to pivot and do that, knock yourself out, Cowboys. We got another defensive tackle here, Brian. Nick Barrett. There's a lot of tackles in his bottom portion that ended up being a little better than I thought. You know what I'm saying? I think tackle is another class that's kind of going to stretch a little bit. I think the bottom of this class I appreciate somehow better than the top or the middle of it. They're going to put Banks in the middle of it and ask you to project him out or whatever. But I think the dudes that are at the bottom that probably aren't going to be big pass rushers for you. And, Banks is going to be up people's board because of his size and athleticism that he could develop into a pass rush for you. But Nick Barrett, along with Brandon Cleveland, along with Dominic Orange, along with Tim Keenan, he knows how to play defensive tackle.
Yeah.
And I love that so much about him, Brian. He could take on doubles. He's strong as hell, Brian.
Yeah.
He's strong as hell. And I think these dudes kind of at the bottom in the one tech list or whatever, they all got long arms. They all got good extension. He's another one. Very, very patient fighting in the run game. He doesn't get caught up in the wrestling match. If they double him, he got 3 different ways to get rid of doubles, Brian. He'll take the knee, make a pile. He'll just one hand on each of y'all ass, depending on who he playing. It is interesting. I didn't think his pad level was great.
No.
He played kind
He's
of
just
tall.
so strong, though.
He played tall, but he was strong
upright.
even being tall. You know what I'm saying? He had some decent effort for an A-gap player. He'll work down the line a little bit, but I didn't want to put him in that conversation like some of these other dudes do. Like, Caden McDonald be flying around for a big boy. So I didn't want to put him up there. Anchor was stupid, but the only thing that I would ask him to work on is like his pad level. He'll probably be even better with a decent pad level or anything like that. I think he's probably going to be more of a 1-0 type guy. Let me see. He's 312.
Yeah.
6'2", 312. I thought he was bigger than that.
Yeah.
I thought he was bigger. I don't know what's up with these cats that's playing bigger than what they are. But Barrett definitely does so. I got him in the 4s, Brian. I like him a little bit better than Corleone and Capehart. So I got him after Orange and Keenan in them.
Yeah, you have him around higher than I do, and that's when you watch him play, the thing that's impressive about him, and you mentioned 6'3", 312, is the strength. I mean, he just eats up blocks the way that he plays. I mean, you could see people try and push on him and they're going nowhere. And he has the ability to cave in blockers. I mean, I love the way that he's able to take them and also throw them aside. You mentioned about being a little upright. He gets a little straight-legged as a pass rusher. I think if somebody were to work with him and get him down now, again, he goes to school at South Carolina. He's getting coached well, but he needs to. If you could get him to play with a little bit better bend, a little bit better knee bend, I think you might see a little bit of a better pass rusher with him.
I agree.
But he could be really active. He could work outside. I mean, he tries his best to be disruptive in that way. The physical with the hands, shedding blocks, all that stuff. I mean, this guy's kind of a bully in that way with it. So I like him. I had him in the 5th is where I had him. And I liked him better than, believe it or not, like the Gil Howard, Benny, Haltom, those guys. I kind of felt like that. Those are some of my 5th round guys, and I had him above those guys.
Yeah. And let's end our draft season, Brian, with an extra. Lander Barton.
Yeah.
Linebacker from Utah. Brian, I wasn't inspired.
Yeah.
Wasn't inspired. Didn't see a bunch of athleticism. I thought he was a cool player in college or whatever. You know those guys that are better in college than they probably would be in the pros. Didn't thought he got off blocks well. Utah moved. They moved him around to different linebacker spots. They let him play the outside guys, the Will, the Mike, and all this kind of stuff. And he was a cool linebacker, Brian. I just didn't think that his skill set would project well to better competition. The game moving a little faster. And things of that nature. He'll get picked on in coverage. He got downhill and made some plays. I'll give him that. But if he's not going to be super athletic, I would want him to be a tick sooner. I just didn't think that he was that. I just wasn't in on him at all, man. But Lander Barton knocked himself out. He's an extra to me, but he'll probably play teams anyway. He'll probably be a kickoff guy, probably a personal protector and all this kind of stuff. But I just didn't see the vision. Some people love Lander Barton. That's why I add him to this list. But I ain't see him, Brian.
Yeah, that's I have him as an extra as well. And this guy comes from a really athletic family. You know this guy's history?
I don't.
His dad, his mom, his brothers, and his sister all were like Utah athletes, like basketball players, volleyball players, football players. Like All-Americans. Like mom was like a 4-time All-American, sister's an All-American volleyball player. He's 6'5", he's 233. And if you kind of dive into him a little bit, he actually plays some tight end too. You could see him like catching the football. Like sometimes they get down into the red zone, and I was kind of doing some stuff, and someone said, "Oh, you need to look at him playing some tight end," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Well, you could see him playing a little tight end. I just
Man, I'm about to draft one of the tight ends if I need a damn.
yeah, but listen, this guy is he'll pass the eye test. There's no question about that. By 6'5" and a 233. There's this side of him though that you watch him. I'm not sure about his real speed.
Yeah.
And I think at the combine, I think he's a 4.79 guy. And there's times where he plays like that. There's a little bit of a lack of explosives in the movements. He's kind of when he has to be physical, he can be. But the more you put this guy in space, the more problems that he has. When it's short and he has to bounce off guys and then get to the ball, I think that's fine. But when it has to run wide to go, the angles, the wasted steps, this coverage could be really inconsistent. He is overall just as a player, he looks good, but he doesn't play to the part. So I as well have him in the others. He had a right foot injury too that they needed to check about. It required surgery, and he missed his sophomore season because of it. So just know that there's a little bit of some injury history that caused him to miss the season, and it's a foot and it's a linebacker. Those are things you kind of don't want to have to deal with. But like I say, impressive where his mom, dad, brothers plays in the NFL as well. It's a pretty impressive family. But like I say, this guy, if he gets on a team like Voch says, it's probably going to be a lot of special team stuff for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
Shouts out his family though.
Yeah, no, they all Americans in various sports.
Hey, I don't want to say nothing mean about nobody, dog. Shouts out to Lander
How about
Barton.
you showing up and everybody else is getting drafted and all American, and you're kind of like the guy. You're just kind of a guy.
I wouldn't dare.
That family.
I wouldn't dare say that about
the
things that they talk about at the cookout.
I mean, hey, listen, this guy. I mean, you talk to him. He's like a team captain. So the Cowboys are always up for the guy who's the team captain and the right kind of guy. That kind of thing.
God bless him.
God bless him.
God bless him, man. Man, boy. I ought to call out next week. Can't though.
Can't call out.
Gotta
go.
Gotta take care of our business, man. We appreciate y'all for being along on this journey. Y'all go in the comments and let us know what you thought about the mock we did earlier. Where would you put Sonny Styles in the 2021 draft?
I think people would take him probably. I think people would take him at 12. I'd be interested to see what the Cowboys would do.
Sure,
I'd be interested if it came down to Styles and Downs.
Yeah.
I'd be interested.
I think they'll take Styles.
I think they would too.
I think they would take Styles.
Are you real quick before I know we got next week. We're going to do some stuff, and get everybody together, talk about our top 100 and all that kind of things. Get ready for the draft. Here's some things. These guys and gals are now kind of getting out of their draft rooms this weekend. It'll be the last weekend. Mm-hmm. But I was just kind of wondering, are you preparing yourself for any particular player that they might take at 12? Are you preparing yourself for, it could be stand there and pick Falk at 12. Are you preparing yourself? I know we're all, as media scouts, if you're a Cowboy fan, you're hopeful. But I wonder if the fans out there, you guys, and you put in the comments too, but are you preparing yourself if they don't move up?
I'm totally fine with that.
Okay.
I'm not, I don't, man.
I mean, they seem very comfortable, man, wanting to pick at 12 and 20.
We've done so much work on this.
Yeah.
I'm fearless, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm fearless. And look, that's why I like to, and people kind of get on to me about it, but I make a big point about being comfortable standing there and drafting.
Yeah, I do too.
I think that's so important. I didn't participate in 3 weeks of trade up exercises. Mm-hmm. I think that's too easy. Mm-hmm. We all doing backflips in here. Like if they trade up to 3 right now, I have a quick answer for you. Bam. Mm. If they trade up to 6, I have a quick answer for you. Bam. If they trade up to 9, who's on the board? Delane. I got quick answers for you. Mm-hmm. I think it's worth it to the audience as well to put our thoughts and analysis into this thing. if it go bad,
Yeah.
I'm sure if we was doing this thing in 2020, whatever, 2014 or whatever it was, I bet we just knew, oh, Shazier, Aaron Donald, one of them guys was gonna be there. Oh, Brian, if we got to trade up to get Aaron Donald, let's trade up to get Shazier because we might get wiped out. We have to be comfortable enough to be like, hey man, I know we need defense, but I'll take Zach Martin right there.
Sure. You stacked him there.
They got to be comfortable doing it.
I think they are.
And we got to be comfortable doing it.
I think they are. I think that I'm not. People, please don't read into this. I'm not. Next week we'll have a better understanding what might happen. But I am feeling like that all this trade up talk is just talk right now.
I think they want to keep both the ones, bro.
I think they want to. I think they.
And if they make a trade, I think they still want to walk out with 2 ones.
Yeah.
If they trade back or something, I don't know what they may want to find a way to get an extra 2 or something.
Yeah.
But I think regardless, I think they want to.
I think they're completely comfortable taking the pick at 12, taking the pick at 20, and taking that 3rd round pick.
Yep.
I think they're totally happy doing that.
Yep.
We'll find out for sure next week. But
Sure.
I'm preparing myself. It might not be the player that I covet.
If they walk away with Keldrick Falk, Brian,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fuss.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it,
Right.
but I've put thought into it to where I could tell you what they're thinking.
Yeah.
I can tell you where they're gonna play him, how
Yeah.
he fits in that system.
Right.
If my last name was Jones, I wouldn't. But their last name is Jones.
Right.
And if they take Keldrick Falk, hey, I wouldn't have done it, but this is why they did it.
Right.
And
I agree.
That'll be that.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to paint pictures, Brian Broaddus.
Yep.
We appreciate y'all. NFL is a strange lady. That shirt will be gone after the draft.
Is there one on the other side of you? Did I put the one on the other side? Throw it over here.
There you go, sir.
Throw it over here.
That will be gone after the draft. So if you want to get in on this limited edition drop, go ahead and get you one. It's on crownglobmedia.com along with the rest of our merch. If you want a hoodie like Brian has on now, you want a tumbler, you want stickers, the draft notebook, the stacked draft notebook, knock yourself out. It's all up there on crownglobmedia.com. Me and Brian's top 100 is also on the website, and in the draft center on our website, you can create your own top 100. We'll put the graphic out and we'll let you post it on the internet and all that kind of stuff. So if y'all want to tag us to it on the internet after you do it, we'll take a look at it and comment on your top 100, whether we like it or not. But we appreciate y'all for playing along. All right, we love y'all to pieces. There will be work next week and the week after. So there you go. That's Bryan Broaddus. He's Crown Globe Media on Twitter though. But I'm Voch Lombardi. All right, we'll catch y'all Monday. Crown.